guilty.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire?
But we're still going to keep over leveling, because this is going really well so far. And but that's much bigger again.
Hunters have told me about the church,
Okay.
about the gods, and
Yeah, the only place where it says spare blood is really on that thing, on that piece of paper. So, meanwhile, before all of this, we sent Adela, the nun, to Cathedral Ward. Let's see how she's doing. First of all, how did he react to the new visitor?
Oh, the hunter. Alive and well at that. Another one you sent made it here safe and sound. This place is a haven now for so many. Thanks to you. I'm overjoyed, really, that you'd even give me the time of day. I don't suppose there's anybody out there worth saving anymore, but you did all you could. And so many owe you so much. Amazing, really. Not because you're a hunter, but because you're you. Makes me think. Once dawn breaks, maybe I can just, start over. Makes it easier to bear all of this, you see. You've made life easier. Thank you. If you please, kind hunter, when the night of the hunt passes, suppose we could be friends? Maybe? Now, I know I hardly deserve it, but, well, I had to just ask, you know. Out of line, yes, perhaps so, but, well, give it a thought. If you wouldn't mind, of course.
I'll give it a thought. I'm a bit feeling angry now, but you seem to be an amazing person. Maybe we'll be friends once the night finishes.
Oh, hello. Sorry, dear. You're much too eager.
So, made it well?
oh, brave hunter, you're alive. Thank you very much. The town is in disarray, but there are still people here. Together we await the help of the healing church. I cannot begin to express my gratitude to you. The only thing that I can offer is my own lowly blood, if it would suffice.
Of course, give me some blood.
Ah, brave hunter. What is it? Have you renewed thoughts on this matter?
I refuse the blood.
Forgive me, I should have known better. What would a brave hunter do with lowly blood like mine? Please, forget I even asked.
It's okay. If I run out of Ariana's blood, I'll ask some for blood.
Oh, hello. Sorry, dear. You're much too eager. I've only so much blood, okay?
Notice how Adela turns to us every time we talk with Ariana.
Oh, hello. Sorry, dear. You're much too eager. I've only so much blood, okay?
So we're not going to let the nun kill the whore. But it happens if you accept blood from the whore 3 times, the nun will kill the whore. Out of jealousy, apparently. Hello, Mother.
Ah, welcome home, dear. What's wrong? Anything you'd like to tell me?
I have my share of hopes.
You poor thing. But don't worry. This will help you forget. Forget your troubles. Forget your cares.
Thank you for the drugs, Mother. So this character went completely mad as the night progressed. She is now convinced that we are her son, and we are not letting her know that that's not completely true.
I'll spare you one nugget of advice. Beware the lady of the night. I can see it in her eyes. She deeply resents the young saint. She hears people whisper. She knows what people think of her. Yes. She despises the saint for having what she doesn't. Bloody wench, they should have moved her on ages ago. Give it a rest, please. I've no time for your petty lies.
So, okay. We talked with the man, the whore, the dweller, our mother, and the old man. He has a nugget of advice. He advises us that the nun is a saint, that the whore is like a devil, but he's wrong about everything he says. It's actually the nun who kills the whore out of jealousy. Noel is a bit confused at this time. He doesn't feel like the hunt is so great after all, after killing Judah. So he's actually feeling a bit, let's put it like, suicidal, so he wants to go and check what the guy that he now knows he was a demon or something, he was on all the windows. What he means by the gift of the Godhead. There's no trouble anymore with his enemies. obsessive compulsive disorder causes me to lose lots of time just to pick up those bullets that are over there. Let's go up to those. Those two before they disappeared. And now I can focus on the big guy. I'm way too powerful for them to be a threat now. And all doesn't feel like going to Bergenworth. It doesn't feel like going to Kanehurst. Decides to go deep into the nightmare, and he follows the advice of some random guy that showed up on all of the windows. He's got the tonsil stone. The tonsil stone says it's a latticed deformed rock. It's in the form of the same statues that we see when we got out of the cathedral ward. It's perhaps a meteorite, appears useless but possesses some odd gravitational force that prevents its riddance. A dubious soul once said, step lightly round to the light, to the right of the great cathedral, and seek an ancient shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength. So this is pretty much but he's following the path of getting stronger. So this game doesn't have set quests. You kind of have to imagine them for yourself. So yeah, the only reason that he's coming over here in this playthrough is that he just killed Jura. He feels horrible about himself. He doesn't feel like going to Kanehurst. He doesn't feel like going to Bergenworth. It's just going to follow the advice of a guy that he knows that it is quite dubious. He dodges the right way, captures the parent who kills.
Oh, Amygdala. Oh, Amygdala. Have mercy on the poor bastard.
Okay, so the voice that sent us here was clearly rejoicing that they trapped us by going there. So that's Patches. Patches always does the same thing on all Dark Souls games. And Demon Souls, I think I never played Demon Souls, but I think he also does the same thing on Demon Souls, which is he attracts you to a trap with the promise of power or treasure. In this case, it was the promise of the power of the gods. But then he's got always this dubious quality to him. When we were captured by the Amygdala, he interceded for us and he asked the Amygdala not to kill us, to have mercy on us. So, in kind of a roundabout way, he might actually have been honest since the beginning. He clearly wanted to attract us here, but he's actually keeping his word. The gift of the Godhead will grant us strength. We got to a place where we can actually contact with gods like we were just captured by a god. That's an Amygdala. It's a hold one, and we don't have enough insight to see Amygdalas yet, but there are more than one already in places that we've been, that we haven't seen. I've been wasting lots of insight on pretty much all the loot I could find. So he's going to light the lamp, and he's going to explore the lecture room, and he immediately finds Patches, the guy that just betrayed him to trap him on this place. There's a lamp over there, so I can actually easily escape. It's not the same situation when we were snatched in Yaragul.
What a joy it is to behold the divine. It must be such a pleasure. You're in my debt, you know. You're nigh on a beast of the field. But here you are, treading a measure with the gods.
He points out that we are close to becoming a beast. But however, here we are, near the gods. So in his own mind, he actually fulfilled his promise. You can see from here that something is not quite right with his dimensions. He seems to have a huge head. Cannot see exactly what's going on for now. He looks to have more than one arm, but we'll soon see who is this person. But for now, he just kinda insults us.
Are your feet as fat as your wits? Oh, cease this dithering. Take the plunge. Throw yourself to the wolves.
So it pretty much calls us dumb. Says that we are dumb and that we should throw ourselves to the wolves. Which is not nice of him. It's this very complex character in the game. And all this exploring this area, and he notices that there are lots of scientific equipment, and he ends up on a huge amphitheater where old students still linger about. Picks up the lecture theater key. There's a student uniform and still some student trousers. And he quickly arrives to the conclusion that this was a place of learning. He wonders if this is Bergenworth. If that building that is just outside on is this, but it feels like the dimensions do not really fit. So comes to the conclusion that is at a different school. But stuff clearly didn't go as planned on the school. Lots of mad people and the students transformed into these gelatinous beasts. Here's something. Some red jelly. XP party right here, because these guys are easy. And there's lots of them. There are so many that they actually are too many for the processing of the PlayStation. That's glitching all of the graphs. But they're actually it's like 700 choice. So I can actually finish the video now. Just going to quickly see the descriptions of what we earned with this small trip. Just found the Augur of Ebrietas, important item, lots of lore behind most of these items that we just picked up. And I'm very afraid of getting into a fight straight after going here, because that's the place. So I tried earlier on to check the Hunter's Nightmare, how it was, because I don't remember very well the level with a different save. I was immediately obliterated by a Hunter. I wasn't aware that they could just show up like that, just so show that the red scene is still rank. I thought I didn't think that it was the multiplayer part kicking in, but it was. And I died straight away. So I think I should just maybe go to offline mode. I want to play the online, but it's more to help other hunters, not to be fighting other people. People that are looking for fights usually are like super over leveled. I'm actually trying not to over level. Which doesn't mean I cannot win a fight, but I really don't feel like it. Let's just have a look at what we picked up. Also, the sedatives are a medicine that is concocted at Bergenworth, calms the nerves. Those who delve into the arcane fall all too easily to madness, and thick human blood serves to calm the frayed nerves of the inquisitive minds. Naturally, this often leads to a reliance on blood administration. So there's always this problem with all the products that are derived from blood. They're very, very effective, but the problem is that they are derived from unknown blood, and you probably will become a beast for using that kind of cure. So blood shard, the red jelly is a stillborn infant born of a creature of unknown origin, of the type found in some corners of the whole labyrinth. So this is jelly of like a stillborn infant, but it's called only red jelly. So things are becoming much darker. not just walls and stuff. Now there's actually like stuff that really looks like satanic rituals that you have to perform to get to different dungeons. Okay, the student uniform. Okay, so this is a school, apparently, that is inspired on the school of Bergenworth. The school of Bergenworth is said here like it's a bygone institute of learning, because, well, it's locked. Pretty much the only person there seems to be Willem, so Bergenworth actually doesn't exist, and this is the actual school. Bergenworth was the original one, but it was abandoned by Lawrence, and eventually, because it's also isolated on Forbidden Woods, people apparently think it just disappeared. Another thing is that the uniform does not, the focus of the Healing Church, not on knowledge or thought, but on pure pretension, is something that Master Willem would not approve. So Master Willem is kind of like the wise guy in this game. He's the guy on Bergenworth. There's this thing that he was actually captured by an old one, in a way, but he seems to be the more balanced, and he doesn't believe that in just blood ministration is actually much more focused on knowledge, on insight. So insight is very valuable to both schools of thought, the Healing Church and the Bergenworth. Bergenworth basically is just Willem. But yeah, let's say that Willem focus more on the eyes, and the Healing Church focus more on the blood. That's it. Do I have anything else? Let's think. The opening of the Ebrietas. So this is also important. So it's a remnant of the eldritch truth encountered at Bergenworth. Use phantasms, the invertebrates known to be augurs of the Great Ones, to partially summon abandoned Ebrietas. The initial encounter marked the start of an inquiry into the cosmos from within the Hold Labyrinth and led to the establishment of the choir. So, this is just a description of an item, but it kind of lets us draw a picture of what happened. At Bergenworth, what they found was the remnants of the eldritch truth. That eldritch truth seems to be maybe Ebrietas, and what happened was that they kind of trapped Ebrietas, and they learned not to use like slugs. This phantasm seems to be those slugs that are there on the picture. They use slugs that they have no bones, they're invertebrates, and the slugs can work as a medium to summon Ebrietas. So if you've got enough arcane, you can actually summon serpents from your hands and attack with a very, very powerful attack. You summon the remnants of an old one. But then it explains that this was the initial encounter between humans and the old ones, that abandoned old one, Ebrietas. So all the old ones kind of ascended, but for some reason Ebrietas, maybe she was a minor old one, or we never fully understand why she stayed behind, and that's what that's why humans made contact with the Bloods and with this whole supernatural old one relation. So this was all buried deep underground, so Ebrietas was probably found deep underground on the chalices, and that's what the tomb prospectors were probably doing at the beginning when they were exploring under Bergenworth. This first encounter led to the establishment of the choir. So the choir is also kind of a healing church before the healing church. They are guys that they worship. They have got this kind of religious feeling, but they worship Ebrietas. They are focused on arcane power, but they also seem to be related somehow to the healing church. So again, everything traces back to Bergenworth. It's like the most important place. It's where everything began. And let's see if I can just enter the Nightmare Frontier. So this school is on the frontier of a nightmare. I don't know how it ended up in here. I don't know if it's like a physical place or if it's not very clear. I think, yeah, we haven't read the description of the key. Yeah, today the two-story lecture building is adrift in the nightmare, but once it was a place of reflection where scholars learned of history and archaeology. Perhaps it still is, as the students in the lecture theatre appear to await the return of their professor. So, for some reason, this is adrift on the Nightmare Frontier. Let's just enter the Nightmare Frontier then. Let's see if we can go to the lamp before the bell rings. It would be nice. I don't want to fight a random guy. Like it happened, but if it goes to happen, at least I can fight. So I kinda know that it can happen on the other side. Okay, I made it out. So we open the way to the frontier. Always feeling a bit better now about getting through them. And we're going to still figure out where we're going next.